Program complete. Enter when ready.
Welcome back to almost a Retrek review. This week, instead of covering an episode of Star Trek like we normally do on the podcast, this week we'll be doing the award ceremony of what Caleb thinks, not just of an episode, but of the entire season of Season 1 of Star Trek The Next Generation. It's a mighty task to tackle, but we think he's ready for it.
Hated it.
So, before we just get right into it, I thought some fun podcast facts would be interesting to just go through, and then we can dive right into the awards. So, I did a lot of dumb math calculation and found out that our average podcast video is like an hour and 7 minutes. That's kind of funny.
Well,
our longest episode was Encounter at Farpoint at an hour and 53 minutes. And I think that's because like 37 minutes of that is our interview with Michael Bell. So, and so if you haven't seen that, if you haven't seen us actually talk to Michael Bell from Encounter at Farpoint, who plays Groppler Zorn and also many other wonderful people in media, make sure you check out that season premiere episode. Funny enough, our shortest episode was Symbiosis. So that came in at 47 minutes and 16 seconds. So that's kind of funny. I don't know why. It wasn't like an episode we really hated. It's just how it came across.
Yeah.
And so the next two things, I was curious to see how you feel about this. So we have a tie with the highest rated episodes of season 1 for you. You have Data Lore and the Arsenal of Freedom tied at 3 Akutas.
Wow.
Do you think, looking back, those are probably your top ones?
I don't know. I don't know how I feel about
that. Okay.
The Data one is pretty good. I would keep those there. Okay. But I would also add Conspiracy to the top.
Wow, okay.
So like looking back at the full season now, I feel like you can judge episodes more so after the entire season.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the 3 that stand out to me.
Absolutely. And then a little surprising, the lowest rated episode that you gave was Too Short a Season.
Oh, yeah. It's a pretty bad episode.
Yeah, it was funny because, like, notoriously, Code of Honor and Angel 1 are kind of known as like the worst ones of season.
The worst of the season, yeah.
Which they did get poor ratings, but Too Short a Season won out.
I think for me, I hated that entire plot.
Yeah.
I really disliked the Admiral guy. I think the whole thing is really stupid. The storyline makes no sense. Picard is horrible in that episode because he doesn't act like a captain at all. He goes along with all this stuff, and it's like, yeah, everything about that episode sucks. Like, it's just really stupid.
No, I like it. I mean, this is what I enjoy because now we do all that fun, weird stuff during the podcast, but then now it comes back and like we have something to look back on and not just say, yeah, Code of Honor is dumb because it's racist. You know, it's like there's more depth to what you like and what you don't like.
Yeah, Code of Honor is a bad episode for a lot of reasons, but the plot at least is like it has a story.
True.
And you can kind of go along with it for a little bit, you know?
Yep. I totally agree.
Yeah. I get sick of seeing these admirals that are like, "What? How did you ever make it to admiral?" Like, I don't understand how this is the thing. Like, every time we see this stuff, it makes me like hate the Federation more and more. And I'm not supposed to hate the Federation.
No.
So I don't get it.
Yeah. Well, you're not wrong. So, by adding up all of your ratings, season one comes at just a little over half an Akuda. So just out of so what that would be in our rating system is it's not quite neutral, like didn't like it, didn't also hate it, but it's not quite I liked it either.
Yeah. Would you say that it's in the neutral zone?
It might be in the neutral zone. Yeah, it came in at a point six of an Akuda. So almost you liked it, kind of a
Yeah. That seems a little high.
And I think why it's a little higher that there were some episodes there that I think you were generous with because you like you say during the podcast, like there are some stuff in it that you enjoyed. The episode may not have been great, but you liked some certain concepts in it, so you rated it a little higher because you enjoyed
Yeah.
parts of it.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think that that point six reflects that. I think on average you usually either gave a zero or a one. That was like your average, so not too bad. Well, that was a little podcast facts. So now we can get into the thing that everyone's been waiting for.
Caleb, 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 Caleb.
So for all of season one, who is the most unlikable and gets the Erica Ortegas award?
You know what? I'm gonna say Q for me.
Nice.
Of all the people that we've met,
Yeah.
a lot of them are like, yeah, they're supposed to be bad in this episode. And it's like, okay. But everybody talks like fondly about Q, like, oh yeah, he's around for a while. He's a good character. And it's like, I don't maybe I'll get to that, but like
Maybe.
really not a fan of him in this first season.
I don't disagree. You're watching it like, right on the drop kind of a thing. So I can't be you and know what it feels like to watch Q now because it's like I know too much. So
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like if you would have told me like Cernal Jones becomes like a main part of the show,
he joins the Enterprise.
I'd be like, why? Why is this a thing? But
Yeah, well, good.
that's just me.
No, I like it. It's perfect to what you've talked about, and I think out of all the people that we've even come across, you've remarked that you don't enjoy Q. So makes sense.
Yeah, not a fan.
Okay. Well, next is the most forgettable award, who gets the Elizabeth Cutler Award for being the most forgettable of season one.
It's definitely Deanna
Yeah,
for
I could see
me.
that.
It's funny that like Tasha ends up leaving the show in season one because she has nothing to do. But I feel like Deanna does like the least of anybody.
Absolutely.
I guess she has screen time,
Kind of.
but uh, her screen time is like, hey, this feels like this.
Yes.
Like, oh, thanks for that, and then that's it.
I don't disagree. I mean, it's really obvious too, like going back and looking at it, like I didn't do averages or something, but like her name is in there a lot.
Yeah,
Her and Worf, like I feel like we're the two for you. Worf is a
yeah,
little harder to forget. Yeah.
they just don't get used, and like we always talk about, like I forget that
Yeah.
Deanna is like a therapist on board.
Right.
You
I
know,
mean,
like I don't. That's hard to remember when she does like nothing.
like we usually catch ourselves and I don't usually have to edit it too badly, but like to your point, Deanna is so forgettable that you would call her Tasha.
Yeah, I literally couldn't remember their names. I couldn't keep them like separated
Right.
in my brain.
Right.
Like all
Right.
Deanna Yar,
Deanna, yeah, yeah. Tasha
Yar,
Troy. Yeah, I
Tasha
got
Troy, both of them no good.
yeah. No, it's a
Yeah, 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 yeah.
good choice.
Thank you.
Well, next is the Best Alien Award.
Oh my god.
So for season 1, what gets the Mugatu Award for being the best alien?
I'm gonna keep it Worf
Okay. Okay.
because I enjoy Worf. He's like an interesting part of this era of Starfleet that I wish we got to know more about.
Yes.
They just kind of like throw him in front of you and they're like, yeah, he's a Klingon. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah, we're not going to really explain anything and then slowly
Nah.
explain things.
Klingons are here and Vulcans are kind of like in the background, doesn't
Yeah,
nobody really cares.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, Worf is cool. He's a cool character.
Cool, cool, cool. That's really cool. I'm glad that I like that.
I'm sure I'm sure we won't see much of him going forward.
No, he'll probably leave the show. I was like paper thin hopeful it was gonna be Mr. Home, but
He's great.
my Worf is good.
He's great.
Okay, well, next is the MVP award. So for season 1, who gets the Trip Tucker Award and is the MVP of season 1?
Probably Data, honestly.
Okay, yeah. Hey, he does a
I
lot of
want
cool
it to
stuff.
be the captain.
Oh,
I
okay.
want it to
Really?
be the captain, but I really feel like there's a lot of episodes where he is just so inept at being the captain
Yeah, let me look.
that
One.
I can't give it to Picard.
So you picked out of 26 episodes, you picked Picard 6 times.
And how many times I picked Data?
10,
12.
10 times.
Oh, see, obviously. So it's definitely Data.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
those
yeah,
times I picked Picard, I was just being generous because he's the captain.
yeah. I think it was either that or he had like a scene that you liked, so
Yeah.
he got the reward because
He had like a good speech at the end, which is what you're supposed to do.
right. Right. No, great. I like it. So far we have Q, Troy, Worf, and Data. Perfect.
Yep.
Now
Those are
the one
the
you
best.
love the most, your most favorite one. Next
Mm.
is the Best Line Award. So, what gets the Spock Award for being the best line of season 1?
For me to wrap up and kind of encapsulate the season, I'm gonna say that Shut Up Wesley is probably the best line of the season.
Yeah, fair enough.
I found myself also saying that like during most episodes. Shut up, Wesley. I love it.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I also don't think anybody's going to disagree with you because that is like probably in the top 10 most famous things that people quote from Next Gen. So,
Yeah, I can see why. Sometimes you just need Wesley to shut up.
absolutely. Well, next is a fun one, the best action sequence.
Yeah.
So, what gets the Shran Award for season 1 for being the best action sequence?
It's when Worf shoots the Klingon and he
Oh, in
falls.
engineering.
Yeah, and he falls through the glass in engineering. It's pretty good.
Wow. Okay, cool.
I
Wow.
like it.
Wow, wow, wow. That's surprising. I like it though. I like it. I thought for sure you were gonna pick the guy's head exploding, but
That's pretty
yeah.
good.
But no, I like it. That's cool. That's cool. I just listened to Vaughn Armstrong the other day talk about that episode and he was like him falling through the thing and yeah, that's cool.
It's pretty fun.
Followed
I was
by
gonna give it to that kid carving the dolphin, but
you're like, no. Next is the Sweet Ship Stuff Award. So, what gets the NX Award for season 1 and for some sweet ship stuff?
I think overall for season one, I'm gonna have to say that the Holodeck
The Arch, yeah.
is like the best ship.
Just the holodeck in general.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, cool.
As far, I mean, that's like a new ship technology for like this whole show. So,
That's cool.
I like it. I'll give it to that.
Nice. I remember when we watched Haven and you got to the holodeck arch in the set of like the desert, the sad desert with Riker, that you were like pretty jazzed about that, which was cool. No, what I'm saying, so it was cool. It makes total sense that you would just like the holodeck overall because you really, really like genuinely enjoyed that. So makes sense.
Yeah, it's cool. It's new tech on in this show. So
Love it.
I forgot about Riker's sad desert.
Sad desert Riker. Yeah.
I have all these ideas now for like stickers and shirts and
For
stuff.
stickers. Yeah, that would be funny.
I want to
Just
do
his.
like Riker on the rock and be like, when there's no new episode of Retrack.
Oh.
He's just in there. He's just pouting on the rock. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good.
That's not bad. That's not bad. All right, this is probably the one that's going to get the most laughs. Next is the Big Cheese Award.
Big G's.
So, what gets the Porthos Award for being the cheesiest thing of season one?
The saucer separating from the rest of the ship.
Okay.
It is probably the stupidest thing I've seen in Star Trek. I really dislike it. As far as like an engineering standpoint, it's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
It's not great.
And yeah, I don't like it. I don't want to see it again. I saw it twice, and that's enough.
And to your point, the really funny thing is how many toys they sell and like models and all this stuff of the Enterprise D, and the
Never
saucer
separate.
never separates.
No, because even it's ridiculous.
The thing I will tell you is like obviously it happens again, but it's a thing that they definitely don't focus on as much as they did in season one.
Yeah.
And I want to say, and I'm curious because I don't remember every single episode off the top of my head, but I am curious. There may be an episode or two where you're like, you may not still like it, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Not that it exists, more the fact of why they're using it.
Well, they already tried that, and I didn't like it.
Okay.
Remember the one where they send like the saucer with all the people to the starbase, and then
Yeah.
Geordi and everybody goes in the bottom part of the ship back to like where Picard and Riker are.
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's like, okay, I get that like they're separating so that all of like the families who live on board like don't have to be involved in like the battle,
Yeah.
but you're a spaceship in space traveling to undiscovered locations, and sometimes you might have to like battle. So, oh well, right? You could have stayed on perfect Earth where you can be a waiter for free, you know?
That's right.
So it's just stupid. It's like even like that reasoning is like sound.
Right, right.
Oh, okay, I get it. But it's also like, but I don't get it because then they have an episode where all the kids get kidnapped and they're like, "Hey, you signed up for this mission. You knew what was at risk. Anything can
Yeah.
happen in space." And then when like something bad happens, they're like, "All right, send all the people with kids away."
Yes.
It's like,
Away.
no, I thought they knew the risk though. I thought it was
Nope. Not when they have to separate.
it's just ridiculous too, like I said, like on an engineering standpoint, because now you want me to believe that the officer has control of the entire ship with the nacelles in the back. Great. The ship separates, and now the saucer itself also has its own pulse engine
Right.
built in, and the bottom half also has a bridge with the nacelles
Yep.
and it's like that is so overly redundant and complicated for no reason. Like the extra amount of engineering it takes to have everything like connect at once, like piping
Yeah.
and electrical and engineering and like all this stuff, and then it separates and it has its own like full set of stuff in each part. It's like, dude, nobody would build anything like that.
In the
It's real
future, they
bad.
might.
It's real bad. No, it's real bad.
Well, that's all right. That's okay. I'm glad you picked it. Well, finally, the last award, the best scene. So,
Hmm.
what gets the Star Trek Enterprise Award for being the best scene of season 1?
It's definitely when Picard and Riker blow up Remick.
Okay, yeah,
That's the best.
I like it.
It's very fun, especially because I really hated him in the other episode where he was investigating the ship. So getting to see his head blow off was quite enjoyable.
Absolutely.
And it stands out, a lot. So,
Yeah, so in review, most unlikable Q, most forgettable Deanna Troy, best alien Worf, MVP Data, best line was Shut Up Wesley, best action sequence was the Klingon falling through the glass in engineering. You enjoyed the holodeck in general for the Sweet Ship Stuff Award. Big Cheese was the saucer separation in general. And finally, the best scene is Picard and Riker like destroying and murdering infected Remick. So that is what Caleb thought of season 1. That's a fun little look back that we get to do. All comes together, all makes sense. Helps us to put a cap on season 1 and get ready for season 2. So next week won't be a Retrek review. Him and I are taking a week off, so don't look for a Retrek review that week. But 2 weeks from now, we'll be back with season 2 premiere episode, The Child.
ooh, it's gonna be good.
But as always, if you liked the video, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. Share it with all your friends and family and Trek enthusiasts. Subscribe so you don't miss an episode, and ring that bell so you can watch an episode
Transfer
as
of
soon as
data
it
is
comes out.
complete.
And after this video ends, you can always go over to Caleb's channel. You can watch something over there, continue the fun with him. He's got a fun prop channel. We talk about a lot of different things over there. So you can always head on over
Yeah.
when you're done here. As we normally sign out, we thank Ed Mark Starr for his Patreon support. He's our chief engineer, helping us keep things afloat, and he doesn't separate our saucer, so that's how we like it.
Oh man, that's good. That's good. And he doesn't rotate every week.
No, he certainly does not. Thanks everybody for watching. We look forward to talking about comments in our Hailing Frequencies Open video. We appreciate all of your fun comments. We hope you said some things on this one. And until 2 weeks from now, Caleb, send us out.
Computer and program.
See you guys.